Hey, good morning, everybody. Welcome to our first of two live broadcasts before we have our second session of boot camp tonight at 9 o'clock. So, for those of you that are watching this on Facebook and Live and LinkedIn Live, there's still opportunities for you to jump in and participate. For those of you that have any questions that are here during the Zoom, please type them in the chat. Bruce, we can do a session right after this is over at 10:30 my time, if that works out for you. And Earl, you sent me a message that people aren't answering you. So if we have time, I will jump into your account and show you why. And it's not up to wait for people to respond to you. You can easily move conversations along. If people aren't responding to you, it's either the contents of your profile, you're talking to the wrong people, or in most cases, you're saying the wrong things. Last night, we talked about whales that are searching for a new home right now, because there are a lot of things that are taking place in the network marketing world as well as in society. They're driving whales, people with large circles of influence, to be looking for something new. So there are actually 10 secrets that network marketing top earners know, but most people don't. I learned it by accident. See, the top earning network marketers in your business don't share this information with you for a number of reasons. But when you apply it to your daily prospecting and recruiting activity, you will become a top earner much faster. I remember in December, right after Christmas, I signed up 5 people 4 days in a row into my business. And I go to the next company event. It was the 3rd week in January. I was a top recruiter for the month. I get there and they're raving about this fella who in 2.5 weeks brought 250 people into their business. So have you ever wondered how some people achieve success in your business so fast? I went nuts. What was this guy doing? The truth is, he'd been in the industry for 10 years. He'd been in 4 previous companies. So when he came over to our company, he brought people with him from his previous companies. 10 secrets the top earners know but never talk about, and there's a reason. If you were new, brand new to a company, how secure would you feel if you knew that every month 200 network marketing companies close or make unpopular decisions that drive people away from the business? A number of companies recently have abandoned the network marketing model and gone to an affiliate marketing model, literally depriving the business builders of their income. Every month, 300 new companies are launched, and 93% of them are going to fail within 5 years. So there is a huge pool of people out there with network marketing experience that are looking for a new home. Network marketing companies recruit whales, just like a baseball team will recruit a star player from another company, another team. Whales will leave a good company and move to another one. And there's a whole bunch of reasons why. Whales will leave a failing company, move to another company. Well, that makes sense. I mean, if the company stops paying you, if you're the company's going out of business, you're not going to stay. 85% of the whales or leaders in a network marketing company have been in a previous company. People usually make more money in their second or third company than they did in their first. That's what I was told by a good friend who had made millions in network. Oh, you never make money in your first one. Well, I was bound and determined to prove her wrong. And what happened was the company was sold out from under us. I didn't have a choice. Now, when you bring a whale into your business, it grows much faster because they bring people with them. And help is available to anyone to recruit a whale, even if you're brand new to your business. And finally, anyone with any level of experience in network marketing can recruit a whale. In my book, How Network Marketers Catch Whales, we explain that whales are people with large circles of influence capable of bringing large numbers of people with them when they join your business. And there are fundamentally two kinds of whales: people with network marketing experience and people without any experience. Applying this information can have an explosive effect on the growth of your business. The secret helped Francisco build a team of 72,000 people in 20 months by bringing 30 whales into his business. Today, he has over 50,000 people. Now, the thing that I want to emphasize here is sometimes you don't go directly for the whale. You make friends with someone in a company and they bring you to the whale. It helped Sheldon add 3,500 people to his business in 3 weeks. It helped Cindy add 3,000 people to her business in 3 months. Andy Van Dyke signed up a guy in her business from Cyprus she met on LinkedIn. He had 50,000 people in his former business. After she signed him up in the business, she made so much money as a result of what he did that she took off for 6 months. Sheila, brand new to network marketing at the beginning of the year, could barely send email. 8 months later, she sends me this: Max, I'm excited. I landed a big fish. I played my cards like you taught me, was patient. I'll email you all about it. The sky is the limit. Rhonda Collier, one of the $60 million earners I coached in Isagenix, sent me this. My team just enrolled the #1 earner in another company. She was making $500,000 a year there. She's going to leave her company and build with us. So there are 2 perfect storms of opportunity for everyone in network marketing. Storm number 1, every month 200 MLM companies close, fail to launch, merge with other companies, or make unpopular changes that drive their leaders and teams to other companies. You know, last year, company swept the internet, the Transact card. And they literally attracted 500,000 people. They never got it off the ground. They shut it down in February. Every month, 300 new companies are launched. Statistically, 93% of them are going to fail within 5 years and drive their leaders and teams to other companies. The Transact card was a little strange because it was in pre-launch. You couldn't make money. A lot of times, network marketing companies launch and they get into something called futuring. We have this great idea. We're going to do this. We're going to do this. And we're going to do this. You have to focus on companies that have something that you can do immediately. This futuring stuff, big waste of time. Storm number 2. Large companies are closing, going bankrupt.
May I get attention? May I get attention? We will conducting the fire sprinkler test. We will conducting the fire sprinkler test. Please disregard all the alarms. Please disregard all the alarms. Thank you. Su atención, su atención. Vamos a hacer una prueba en el sistema de alarma. Vamos a hacer una prueba en el sistema de alarmas. Por favor, ignoren las alarmas. Por favor, ignoren las alarmas. Gracias.
I don't know whether you could hear that or my microphone was able to filter that out, but they're testing the alarms in my building. Professionals are losing their jobs, and they've created a tidal wave of activity. LinkedIn is adding 10 million plus professionals every month, and 20% of the professionals being laid off are in sales. So we have whales, people with experience, we call them insider whales. And people without experience are called outsider whales. I wanted to make this as simple to understand as possible. And when you know how and where to fish on LinkedIn, even you can recruit a whale. Now, the best way to become a top earner is to talk to the people that you know with large circles of influence, bring them into your business, and then help them bring in their friends. Network Marketing 101. A faster way to become a top earner is to talk to the professionals that you know with large circles of influence, bring them into your business, and help them bring in their friends. And it's easier in many cases to connect or reconnect with these people on Facebook or LinkedIn than it is to pick up the telephone and try to call them. The fastest way to become a top earner is to talk to the professionals that you want to know on LinkedIn and Facebook with large circles of influence. The outsider whales. Bring them into your business and help them bring in their friends. But the absolute fastest way to become a top earner is to talk to a network marketer leader with a large team. Bring them into your business and help them bring in their leaders and team members that are already trained. The key is to tap into these people when they're looking. Now, outsider whales can rise to the top of your company quickly because they have extensive credibility with the people in their circle of influence that they know. They have the experience to lead, train, inspire others, and build teams. And they're eager to talk to you on LinkedIn. Many of them will join your business, and they will immediately bring many of the people with them when they do. So who are the best professional whale? Experienced network marketers, experienced affiliate marketers, experienced internet marketers, authority figures, insurance agency owners, professional athletes, celebrities, corporate executives, business owners, authors and speakers, coaches, and podcasters. Last year, industry news, Neora beat back the Federal Trade Commission and literally put the network marketing business model back on solid footing. Because years earlier, the Federal Trade Commission went after Herbalife. And Herbalife had the money to fight them. Ended up paying something like a $150 million fine. Now, the Federal Trade Commission earlier in the year announced a rule banning non-compete agreements, which is huge for network marketing. If you check the back of your distributor agreement, it says you're not allowed to work with another company. There's a big argument about that. If you are an independent contractor, completely independent, why can you tell me what I can't do? And the truth is that a lot of companies rebelled. When I had my publishing company, all of my employees signed a non-compete agreement. On several occasions, I had to go to court to enforce it. And I did. Why? Because I didn't want somebody to come in to my business, learn my business, and then go out and start their own. Now, the future of the Federal Trade Commission ban on non-compete agreements scheduled to take effect is unclear because a preliminary ruling from a federal court stopped it. Nearly 1 in 5 Americans, an estimated 30 million people, are subject to a non-compete agreement, according to the Federal Trade Commission. And the agreements prevent workers from taking a new job with competitors or starting a new business in the same industry. The Biden administration first proposed banning non-compete agreements in January of last year, and in response, the Federal Trade Commission received more than 26,000 comments. 25,000 of them were in favor of the rule. I wonder how many of those people were network marketers. But legal challenges came out from legitimate companies that didn't want to see it go away. So a Trump-appointed judge in Texas issued a preliminary order brought about by a Dallas-based tax services firm. The firm uses non-compete agreements to keep competitors from hiring away its workers and keep workers from poaching firm clients. Brian agreed the Federal Trade Commission overstepped its legal authority to ban non-compete agreements. The court agreed the Federal Trade Commission lacks authority to make the sweeping rule and said the plaintiffs are likely to succeed in the merits of the case. The question is, you got to spend a lot of money to defend yourself. In one case, I spent over $250,000 going after a competitor that sent people to work for me for 4 months, learned the business, and then went out and started their own. $250,000. And frankly, when I won the case, the son of a bitch had to pay me back. Okay? Peter Hugenhoff was the master distributor in the company. He was a triple black diamond. The company was called Awakened. And then the company got some bad publicity about the product. So he bailed. He left. He joins another company. In 1 month, he rose to the top of the company because people bring people with them. Earlier in the year, Beauty Counter terminated all MLM distributors. The CEO starting another company. And a lot of the distributors are being funneled over to Arbonne. So last night we talked a little bit about Rodan and Fields, Juice Plus, Max International, USANA, Youngevity. In our Top Runner retreat, we're going to be talking about 12 companies that have people in them that are not happy. Rodan and Fields, earlier, I think it was 3 weeks ago, terminated the distributor agreements with people. Well, let's talk about you, what you're going to do, where you're going to go. Because I'm celebrating 29 years in this business. Now, time is running out for you to participate in my August boot camp. If you haven't registered yet, whoops. You can go to maxlineart.com/bootcamp, register for $59 with the promo code Bigger Deal. You can register for my Top Earner Retreat along with boot camp. Use the promo code Big Deal. And you can if you haven't re-registered and paid for Max GPT, time is running out. Boot camp. We just had our first session last Thursday. Tonight we have connecting with people. The retreat is going to teach you how to become a top earner faster. So go to maxlineart.com/retreat combo. Use the promo code Big Deal. And when you know the top 10 secrets that propel the top earners in your business to their level of success and apply them to your daily activity, you can become one too. You can do it faster. But no one ever talks about it. When you have better business building tools, again, you can become a top earner faster. And our project launch script helps move your prospects through the process. So in an Ask Max session over the weekend, I introduced everybody to an app called Face App. And what you could do is you could take an original picture and modify it. You do it on your phone, and there are all kinds of different ways to modify the image. Have a lot of fun with it. My granddaughter introduced my wife to it, and she was playing around with it. She took like 30 years off my face. It's an amazing feature, okay? Now, if we're on LinkedIn and you haven't registered, if you haven't connected with me on LinkedIn, you really need to do it. Now, I'm going to pop over here, and I'm going to log out of LinkedIn. Earl, what is your email address to get into LinkedIn?
Hi, Mike.
Good morning. What's your email address?
HUVILLE17@gmail.com.
Wait a minute. What is it? H what?
HUVILLE17.
Okay, here it is. All right. So I'm going to go over here to your message area. Now you're saying that, give me an example of somebody that's not reacting and not responding.
I'm sending out the initial letter, initial contact, but I'm not getting the kind of like response that people like want to have a
All right.
conversation.
Let's clear something up.
I'm not
Okay.
sure.
All right. Let's go over and take a look.
Huh?
Let's go over and take a look at your connections, okay? So these are people
Okay.
that just joined your business. Now, I'm not going to look at these 10 hours ago. All right, so these people, there's no communication here at all. So that says to me that they've either reached out to you.
Okay.
All right, so I'm going to come down here 17 hours ago.
Okay.
So all these people are reaching out to you. All right. And the message that I mean, you could come back and you could hit these people with the icebreaker. Hey, it's nice to be connected with you.
Huh.
How long have you been on LinkedIn and how's it working for you? So here's another one. Now this person
Okay.
is in Live Good. So again, there's no message here, which means either they reached out to you, or if you're reaching out to them, you're reaching out to them without sending
I did.
a message. All right, so let's come down here.
Okay.
So I don't see anybody here. Let's come down a little further. 3 days ago. All right.
Okay. So I'm the one making the mistake.
Okay. Now, I can tell you right now what your problem is. You're not following the scripts at all. There's an easier way.
Okay.
I mean, think about it. I hope this message fine. This is your first message. I want to reach out and express my admiration for your dedication to educating young minds. So what you're doing here is you're personalizing a message. You want to be able to go in there. If you're looking for teachers that are looking for an opportunity, you can't send this same message to teachers.
Okay.
Okay? I would love to connect with you and learn more about your teaching methods and experiences. Would you be open to having a conversation? All right. As I said yesterday, when you said nobody's answering me back, nobody's answering you back because you're not following the scripts. I gave you a recipe for a key lime pie that calls for a cup of sugar. Now, sugar is a white substance, so you can't replace sugar with baking soda. You can't replace sugar with flour. You can't replace sugar with any other white substance. So I'm going to go down here. So you center this. Again, you center this. You are not following the program. You are not following the scripts. Let me come back over here. All right, so let's come back up here. Now in boot camp, we gave everybody scripts. Okay, right here, initial relationship building scripts. They're right there. When you send somebody a message, you send them a picture, you got the scripts are right there in that document. You are not following the scripts. So here's somebody over here. Let's come down and let's look at here's somebody, teacher, Tiffany. Oh, this is the one I was looking at. So let's go down a little further. Okay, so she's working with Legal Shield. I'm going to look at one more. This is a month ago. Connected, but no comment. You come over here. Okay, I don't need to do this anymore. You're not following the scripts. You don't follow the scripts, you're wasting your time. Okay, you're wasting your time. As I said, 99% of the people that I work with that come, and I don't hear from many people that say, oh, it's not working. Okay. And actually, it's not 99%. It's 100% of the people that come back and tell me it's not working. Guess what? You're not following the scripts. What is that expression? You could lead a horse to water, but you can't make them drink. If you do exactly what I tell you to do, not partially, but exactly, you all can experience a level of success that people dream about in this business. And I'm going to give you a classic example. Sam. All right. Now, first, let me bring up his profile. Now, we changed it up a little bit. His headline is terrific. But let's look at the conversations. So he's been a student for a couple of years, and then he came back last year because he wanted to finally achieve success. Now I'm giving you the tools. You set your profile up. I gotta wait for this to load. So, and it's all right here. Number one, when you're communicating with people, you need a posting strategy. You need to know precisely who are you looking to connect with. Now, if all of you have been on LinkedIn for any length of time, like he was, let's come down here a little bit. So he had 4,700 connections. So first we went in and we took a look at his connections. 200 were investors, 1,200 were business owners. This was his target audience: bankers, Forex traders, and financial advisors. So out of 4,700 people, he was already connected to 1,738. 37% of his connections are prospects. Okay? So we came up, again, these were the types of posts that these people would appreciate. Then gave him some more things to post. Gave him the scripts. He comes back 2 weeks later. It's been a crazy 2 weeks since our last coaching session. I sponsored 12 people. After that one session, I've been busy onboarding the new team. How did he do that? He followed the scripts word for word. I've been on Zooms for 5 to 6 hours. I explained to him, Sam, you can't do that. It's not a good use of your time. You're going to start to have this kind of success. And when you follow the scripts, you can be having this kind of success. You can be closing somebody every day. And at that rate, you can't train them one at a time. You have to train them in groups. So you set up a schedule. Every Monday, we're going to do this. Every Tuesday, we're going to do this. I've been on Zooms for 5 to 6 hours a day. Awesome. Using GIFs, moving images is incredibly effective. All right. So about 6 weeks later, we reconnect. Hard to believe I'm writing this to testify to my success. I've always been wanting to send you a testimony. Thanks so much for your coaching, Max. I have added 21 new team members in the last 3 weeks, on top of the 12 that I already did before. And still growing by the day as we speak. Your coaching is exceptional. Your way of coaching gave me the reassurance to go from where I was for a few months, stuck, not going forward, getting rejection after rejection, to signing up 90% of the people. 9 out of 10 people he's talking to are signing up in the business. How is that possible? When you talk to somebody and you follow the scripts, I can't emphasize that enough. The scripts focus on the other person. The scripts let you know whether this person's a prospect for your business or not. If they're not, if there's even the slightest question that they're not the best possible prospect, stop talking to them and talk to somebody else. Talk to somebody that you think is. But you got to follow the scripts. I got so busy. I haven't been able to attend the last boot camp or your Zoom sessions. My business has taken off, and I won't be able to stop it even if I wanted to. Every one of you can be doing exactly the same thing. There isn't a person watching this on Facebook. There isn't a person watching this on LinkedIn. There isn't a person watching this on my YouTube channel. There isn't a person attending this Zoom session that can't be doing exactly the same thing. But don't come back and tell me it doesn't work. Because it doesn't work if you're not following the scripts, if you're not paying attention to what the other person says. In Earl's case, not following the scripts at all. And when I say that, let me give you one other example. See, Matt. Matthew Mahoney. Now, when I started working with Matthew, brand new to network marketing. Brand new. He's a DEA agent that was soon able to retire. There is nothing on his profile about anything except his law enforcement experience. Going all the way back to the NYPD. So we did the same thing. Come up. And I gave him, I said, listen, when you are talking to someone, you want to find out about their experience. So he could reach out to all of the retired NYPD police. Many of the retired NYPD officers that I work with on LinkedIn that wanted to get into something new and generate a growing income stream of launch new careers working from home. What network marketing companies have you worked with? And what happened, let's see. Oh. Let me go back to the beginning. Okay, so I gave him the first message. Your page came up, there's someone that I should like to know. After seeing what you do, I'd have to agree. Send something like this out. You could send this out to 100 people, 1,000 people. First message to strangers. We gave them a couple of variations. Leaving has suggested several times because of what you do that we should be connected. And after looking at your profile, I would have to agree with them because I'm with the DEA. Then the icebreaker, confirming the conversation. Then to start a conversation, we send them a specific motivating image about the future with a note. I just sent this to a good friend, thought you'd appreciate it. I routinely send messages like this, then you ask a question. If you're not following the script, don't come back and tell me it doesn't work. Transitioning over requires scripts and a measurable system. Then we decided, okay, let's go looking for people. People looking for opportunities. And then he's in Melaleuca. So I wrote a script for him to transition to talking about your Melaleuca business. How do you explain the company? I gave him everything. A script to explain to somebody that aspired to make money, senior director. I'm launching a special project called Senior Director 90. I'm going to help 2 people with your experience working with the public and help them become senior directors in my company and earn 40K in the next 90 days. Okay? He comes back and says, I got one that wants to hear about the business. So again, when we ask people about their network marketing experience, we want to know what experience have you. If they say I don't have any, what do you know about Mary Kay? I mean, laid it out to him on a silver platter. All right. Turned him loose, came back a week later, and I found he couldn't wait to bring up the subject. Okay. This is textbook. And what I found is right after he sent the first message, would you like to know about a business? So in January, I had to send him this. You're in law enforcement. You can't arrest somebody without reading them their Miranda rights. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can be used against you in court. You have the right to talk to a lawyer for advice before we ask any questions. You have the right to have a lawyer with you during questioning. If you cannot afford a lawyer, one will be appointed. You cannot arrest somebody without saying this. And he just broke out laughing, and I have to admit I laughed too. But he finally got it. All right. And then, he kind of went back to doing what he was doing before. We kind of reinforced the kinds of people he was looking for. Gave him some more searches. Again, what? And we gave him an answer. When somebody asks you, what do? You have to have a ready answer. I've been in law enforcement for 27 years. They also have a fast-growing internet business. What have you been doing for work since you left the Coast Guard? And again, once he got the conversation started, he just had to do it. So I brought it up to him again. Follow the scripts. And we created an Amway story for him. I work with someone that used to be in Amway. He was a school principal, reached the emerald rank on his way to diamond, when he lost one of his already recruited diamonds because of the company's breakaway compensation plan. He left and joined my company. Today, he's $1 million earner, corporate director in the company with 7 former Amway diamonds under him. Gave him the scripts again. And then what he did was he followed the scripts, and he sent me that I signed up 5 people in the last 3 days. It's working. All you need is a profile. All you need is a prospect that clearly needs what you have. And you are all on your way to achieving a level of success that most people only dream about. And that is why I introduced Max GPT. With Max GPT, you have a question. What do I say? Going to tap right into the scripts. All right. This is at your fingertips. Now, for those of you that registered, you could either get it monthly, $19.97, get it annually, save 2 months, or you can get lifetime access. And with each option, we pay a 30-cent I don't think I haven't heard an alarm, Bruce, so maybe we'll be okay. So we'll do it in 5 minutes. Okay. For those of you that originally tried to register, all of the refunds have been given. You need to go back in. You need to register again. You need to use, we sent you all in emails. But if you don't do it by the close of business on Thursday, all right, wherever you are in that matrix of the affiliate program, it's going to be gone. When you register again, you'll go back in. So please, and I understand there are still access to lifetime membership. Tonight, we're going to be talking about connecting with perfect prospects. This boot camp is going to be life-changing. In fact, over the weekend, one of my, I asked a new student, how do you like it? I expected, this can become addicting. She came up with an interesting response. She says, doing this, it's like being on catnip. Catnip, every time you do something, it just raises your level of excitement because there's no way you could ever find somebody like this to talk to. I'll be back at 4 o'clock this afternoon. Tonight, folks, boot camp, second session. Everything was recorded from the last session. So until next time,